Hello everyone, this is Husker Eurocat welcoming you back to season number 2 of the New York Jets franchise on Madden 19 for the PC. I have to apologize that when going off into the off season from my season 1 in my franchise, it was corrupt and therefore had to be scrapped. I was a little bit bummed since I was making great strides as far as strength of the team was concerned. Fortunately, I opened up a version of the Jets franchise in the cloud, and it was all ready to go into preseason 2019. I don't know where it came from. I don't remember making this version of the franchise, but I was glad it was there nonetheless. There have been a few changes, so let's get going into the new team. Head coach Foggy Nelson has decided to return to the law after trying his hand at coaching a football team. He had a very mediocre first season. I think he got scared off and went back to being a lawyer instead. Maybe that was a better fit for him because head coach really wasn't working for him. The new head coach of the New York Jets is Chris Dale. This is his first year in the NFL, but the Jets execs thought that a successful coach from a Division II school was a better fit than the available coaches in the NFL. We'll have to see how this goes since graduating from coaching at the collegiate level is a far cry from the pros. We wish him well and an outstanding first season with the Jets. He has decided with his current players that a West Coast zone offense is going to work the best. On the defensive side of the ball, it took him just a little while to decide the direction to go in. He could have gone with either the 3-4 or 4-3 base defenses, and there was the 46 defense that seemed like a good fit. He ultimately chose the 4-3 base defense and will try to work with that. He made a lot of changes to the roster in the offseason, so let's take a trip through it. Still at quarterback will be Sam Darnold, entering his second season. His ratings really haven't improved and his deep accuracy still needs a lot of work. But his overall is still better than this season's backup in Matt Moore. He's number 39 in the league as a quarterback, which means there are teams out there with a better backup than the New York starter. Ooh, ouch. Working behind him is Jordan Leggett, that moved over from his tight end spot to handle the fullback duties. He had good bit of success out of the backfield as a receiving fullback last season, and Coach Dale sees no need to change that formula. We do have to work on his blocking skills and his awareness, but still better than anything that could be found in free agency. Next behind him is newly acquired halfback Ty Montgomery. The hope is that with his receiving ability out of the backfield coupled with his elusiveness as a runner, that he will be a real threat for running and passing at that position. Isaiah Crowell will still be the featured power back, but his role has been lessened with the arrival of Montgomery. Coach Dale has been able to do some work on the O-line as well, but it remains to be seen if this will be a positive contribution this season or not. At the center position is still Spencer Long out of Nebraska. He's 28 and still only a 75 overall. He has good strength and awareness, but just his blocking skills have not flourished like the Jets would have preferred. I just hope he can hold his own in the trenches. Next to him on the left side is still Kelvin Beachum, now 30 years old and still a 75 overall. He's in the last season of his contract, and barring him doing something superhuman, I see the Jets getting a good rookie out of the next draft to fill his role. On the other side, at right guard is the first of the rookies that the Jets were able to get in this season's draft, Kaysen Shropshire. Say that 3 times real fast. Well, he's currently at a 75 overall, but with his quick development, that may change a good bit through the season. He is a little light as a finesse blocker, and his awareness is a little low, but other than that, Coach Dale has a solid rookie to work with. At left tackle is the brightest spot of the Jets rookie haul, and that is Jack Willig at an 81 overall. He also has quick development, so getting better is going to be accelerated. He's already the number 11th ranked left tackle in the league, so he's already at a top level. Get that awareness up some, and he's going to be a dynamite player. On the other side is the real soft spot of the O-line with 5-year vet Chantrell Henderson. Only a 69 overall. There may be some issues on that side of the line. Not sure. Obviously, they need to be looking at a replacement at that spot. At tight end, New York acquired 4-year vet Jesse James out of free agency. He's not going to be the best blocking tight end in the league, but he's more of a possession kind of tight end. Being able to catch those short passes off the line is going to work to Darnold's strength, is the hope. Next, at wideout is Brashad Perriman. Not the best overall wide receiver. As a matter of fact, he's rated number 112 in the league. But the Jets are hoping that with his speed, release, and spectacular catch skills, he will be a deep threat for them. Provided Darnold can get the ball to him, that is. On the other side will be the star of the wide receiver crew in Robbie Anderson. He's an 85 overall. Nothing that he's really bad at as far as skills are concerned, and 26. There is nowhere to go but up with this guy. That does it for the offense. Now on to the 2019 defense. The star developer at right end, Leonard Williams, is up first. The only issue with him is that he's in a contract year, and if the Jets aren't careful, they could lose the number 9 right end in the league after this season. For now, the Jets should have just a beast. On the other side of the line is left end Dante Fowler Jr. Not a star dev like Williams, but an outstanding addition to this defense. He's at a 83 overall. The Jets picked him up in free agency and gave him a 5-year contract worth just under $28 million. So he is with New York for a long time to come. On the interior at defensive tackle, we have Henry Anderson at a 76 overall and 28 years old. Henry just hasn't become the player that New York was hoping for on the inside. He really needs to work on his finesse moves and play recognition if he wants to hang on to that defensive tackle spot. Next to him is 4-year veteran Carl Davis. A 77 overall, needs to work on his finesse moves a bit, but he's young enough to where that can be worked on yet. 28 isn't old by any means, but he doesn't have his best years in front of him. Now to the second level of the front seven, starting with left outside linebacker Jordan Jenkins. At 79 overall, 25 years of age, and a scheme fit, maybe he can continue his outstanding play from last season. He has a few things to work on in his skills, but a very solid linebacker at number 11 in the NFL. On the inside is quick developer Avery Williamson. I would say he's right in the middle of his career, and with that quick development, the Jets should have a solid player for a number of seasons to come. The weak spot in the linebacking crew is right outside linebacker. David Bass is a solid player if you were to have him in a backup role. I don't know how he's going to work being a starter. His tackling, hit power, and lowest of all zone coverage skills will certainly prevent him from being an upper tier player, assuming that he doesn't improve a lot here in the next couple of seasons. On the outside at cornerback is another quick developer in Trumaine Johnson. He's 29, but hasn't shown any signs of slowing down any. He had an outstanding 2018 and should be just as good this season. On the other side of the field from him is Dre Kirkpatrick, a 77 overall cornerback that is 29 as well, but hasn't progressed like Johnson. He was given a one-year contract and we'll see how he performs. At normal development, his most productive years may be behind him as well, but we'll find out. In the way back positions, we find probably the two best defensive players on the Jets squad. First, with free safety, Marcus May. He spent a lot of time last season in the slot corner role, playing behind the now Cardinal, Trey Boston, which he played beautifully at, and now he's taking over the free safety role as a star developing player. I would say that block shedding is an issue, but his pursuit speed is going to be the real skill that needs to be worked on. He's got good speed, so that may not be an issue to work on. Last but hardly the least is Jamal Adams at strong safety. Right now he's at 87 overall, which makes him the 10th best strong safety in the league. That will undoubtedly change over the course of this season, though. The Jets have him for 2 more seasons, so going long against these Jets is going to be a difficult thing with him in the mix. New York will take these starters and their supporting cast into the preseason, starting with the Tennessee Titans at home on a Friday night game, followed by the Packers, Cowboys, and Chiefs. The Titans will bring an outstanding roster as well. Marcus Mariota continues as the starting quarterback for Tennessee, and with Derrick Henry now in his 4th season and as strong as ever, his carrying skill has reached a 95, so don't expect him to put the ball on the ground very often. At least this is just a preseason game, and we won't be able to be on the field much past the first quarter. They don't have the strongest receiving crew in the NFL, but they do have some speed with Corey Davis and Taywan Taylor. Tight end Troy Nicholas has become a Titan, but has only been able to hold down the 3rd string position. It's possible that he could have progressed with the Jets, but Jesse James was a year younger and way ahead of the progression ballgame that he was the obvious choice. Both teams are going to have a lot to observe and evaluate during this game, and us, well, we just get to sit back and see it unfold. That puts a cap on this chapter of the New York Jets franchise here on the Football Freak Sports Network. Thanks so much for watching. Please keep in mind that if you enjoyed this video, leave a like so that others can enjoy it as well. And make sure that you subscribe and click on the bell for notifications of upcoming videos. The Jets need to start out this season like they left off last season, with a win. Until I see you in preseason game number 1 in MetLife Stadium against the Titans, this is Husker Eurocat saying so long for now, and have a good day, everyone.